Good morning, evening, or afternoon to all of you beautiful people. Josh here, back to bring you some, sweet voice-based content. So, I'd firmly assume that most, if not all of the people who watch my videos are into video games. And why wouldn't you be? Video games are great! Video games have evolved way past what everyone expected of them, going from arcade machines such as Pong to detailed and emotional stories like The Last of Us. From simple point-and-click adventure games like Monkey Island and Grim Fandango, to fighting games with complex button combos like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, to epic, sprawling, detailed stories across multiple lands like God of War, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and so many more. So I figured since it's been a bit of a crazy couple of weeks for me, I'd do a nice, easy, simple video talking about video games using a quiz I found on Instagram about 3 years ago or so, in order to kind of build a gamer profile. It's like a dating profile, but with far more pixels. So, without any further ado, let's beep boop, beep boop, beep, let's go. Your very first video game. My very first video game was the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Mega Drive. Your favorite character. That is a very, very difficult question, but if I had to choose, I'd give it to Sora from Kingdom Hearts. A game that is underrated. I'll shout it from the rooftops, it's fucking Grandia. Grandia is great. Game character you feel like you are most like or wish you were. I really would like to have the kind of cheerful, never say die attitude of Sora. In some ways I do think I am. I very much value friendship, and so yeah, I think Sora's pretty much the closest to me. Most annoying video game character. It's gonna be kind of an obvious one, but Navi can suck my ass. Although Paimon, you're reaching that level as well. Stop being a pain in the ass. Favorite video game couple? I think the couple that I liked the most is probably Cloud and Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. I just have always really adored their dynamic, and I think they work really well as a couple, so yeah. Best soundtrack. Persona 5, hands down. It is the best video game soundtrack of all time, specifically Persona 5 Royal. Saddest game scene. Again, it's going to seem pretty obvious, but the scene of Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII still to this day tugs at my heartstrings. But if I had to step away from Final Fantasy or any answers that I've used before, I'd say that the loss of Aggro in Shadow of the Colossus really got to me as well. Best gameplay. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I know it's a cop-out answer, but I just like a lot of different games, man. Gaming system of choice. I play pretty much everything, but the console I go to the most is probably the PS4. A game everyone should play. Right to Hell Retribution. Because we should all suffer. A game you've played more than 5 times. Kingdom Hearts 2. I could probably give you more than that. Persona 5, Kingdom Hearts 2, Grandia, Final Fantasy VII, Shadow of the Colossus, Silent Hill 2. Yeah, there's a lot. Current or most recent gaming wallpaper. It's Reaper and Mercy. I think that's quite a cool dynamic, so yeah. Post a screenshot from the game you're playing right now. I'm not playing anything, I'm here recording this fucking video. Okay, in all seriousness, it's Tales of Arise. That's the game I'm playing most recently, so here it is. Game with the best cutscenes. Danganronpa, because never has such horror look so fucking good. Favorite antagonist? Handsome Jack, because he's still a great fucking villain. Favorite protagonist? A part of me wants to say Joker from Persona 5, but I feel like a lot of that is because of the personality that the player gives him. So instead, I'll go back to my boy Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Picture of a game setting you wish you lived in. Take me to Teyvat, please. Favorite genre? Oh my lord, what a hard question. I cannot believe how it's JRPGs. Of course it's fucking JRPG. Like, game with the best story. Is it bad that I'm just repeating myself? Because, I mean, it's Persona 5. I think the story for Persona 5 is absolutely fucking stellar. But if you had to twist my arm and take me away from Persona 5, then Silent Hill 2, I think, has one of the best video game stories of all time. A game sequel which disappointed you. A sequel's difficult because I feel like a lot of sequels get it right, like Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2, Watch Dogs 2. So I'm gonna kind of cheat and say like sequel as in like a continuation of a franchise. The one that I least enjoyed playing is probably Resident Evil 5. I just didn't enjoy it that much. And, like, Resident Evil 6 was the absolute pits, but I feel like Resident Evil 5 is worse because it doesn't really muster any kind of reaction out of me beyond, like, Game that you think had the best graphics or art style? I think the best graphics would probably be the original Resident Evil 4, just because that holds up so well. But in terms of the best art style, Okami's fucking beautiful. Favorite classic game? The fuck even counts as a classic game nowadays? If I had to say, like, a classic game, like a game that stands the test of time and is an absolute complete classic, this is gonna sound weird, but WWF No Mercy is incredible. Like, it's one of the best wrestling video games of all time, and it still holds up to this day. A game you plan on playing so fucking many. Best voice acting. Honestly, I gotta say, the thing that gets me the most excited about voice acting is hearing great voice acting performances, and the one that really sticks out in my mind is Genshin. I think Genshin has such a great, fantastic collection of voice actors, and they all come together so well. Oh, and the new Resident Evil. Oh, the new Resident Evils are so good for voice acting. Oh my god. Oh, and Tales. Tales of There's a lot of games with good voice acting, okay? I can't pick. Don't make me pick! Ah! Most epic scene ever. I'm stuck between two. The final battle in Kingdom Hearts 2 against Xemnas. That whole fucking scene is amazing, and all of the little additional bits that come together for it. And the second one that pops into my head is Joker summoning Sataniel in Persona 5. Favorite game developer? I'm gonna give it to Atlas, because Persona shot to the top of my favorite games lists ever, and it's fucking great, so yeah, I'd give it to Atlas. A game you thought you wouldn't like, but ended up loving? Honestly, there are two that spring to mind, and they're both in genres that I don't particularly like playing. I've talked about this one before, but Freedom Force, I really didn't think I'd enjoy. But it's great. It's really, really good. And the second is Robin Hood Legend of Sherwood. I love the Robin Hood lore, but again, it's a real-time strategy game. Didn't think I'd enjoy it. I've played it through like 9 times. It's fucking awesome. Oh, you know what? And Danganronpa. Honestly, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but I fucking adore Danganronpa. And finally, your favorite game of all time. Now, I have back and forthed with this decision many, many times in the brief time I've been recording this. Oh, it's so hard. Oh my god. Fuck! My favorite game of all time is Kingdom Hearts 2. And it's a very, very close race between that and Persona 5 Royal. Why Kingdom Hearts 2 edges it is because it's basically been the foundation of my friendship with Phil. And that just, it pushes it up a notch. It's nostalgic, but it forms the greatest friendship that I have in my life. So, yeah. And there we go. So that is a few questions about video games to help you get an idea of what I like in video games. If you couldn't tell, I like JRPGs and a bit of survival horror. If you have any answers to the questions in this quiz or wanted to query me on any of my answers, then do leave that in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, then do leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more beautiful voice-based content. Keep your eyes out for my next video. I do upload every 2 weeks, but until then, keep playing video games, keep talking about video games, and if you can, voice in video games. I know I really want to. But above all else, I hope you magical, beautiful, wonderful souls all stay wonderful.